Hey, Rose, it's so good to see you. Hello.
Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday. And thanks, guys, for stopping in to watch us. Whether you're watching us live or you're watching the replay, it's so great to have you here. Make sure you type in the chat, say hello. And if you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay because we always come back to have a chat too. Welcome to the Healing Through Love show. We are a social enterprise whose vision is to shift awareness on domestic and family violence within the community and to support survivors. Our mission is to provide family and domestic violence survivors with a soft place to land by offering advice and services available to them and their families.
Thank you, Charlene. And as well as the Healing Through Love show, we hold annual Pamper Days for survivors in South Australia. And this is where local businesses come together and pay it forward by providing their services and their resources for the day to give our survivors a much deserved day of indulgence. And each week on the Healing Through Love show, we interview experts and survivors who share their personal journeys and their stories and offer advice to those who have experienced abuse, no matter where they are on their journey.
I love it. And now Rose is going to disappear, but she won't be far away. She's going to be producing the show because she is an amazing producer. And if you're listening today and you're planning on running some online events, reach out to Rose directly through Healing Through Love. She has some great offerings there to help people who are transitioning to the online space and need that back end support. Today, we've got a very special guest, Donna Ferguson. She's an amazing person. Donna is a coach and runs a unique vibration coaching collaborative together with her team. Her journey from domestic violence to being disputed, to break the cycle and becoming a transformational coach, bringing education and breaking down the patterns, behaviors, and root causes of our habits and shifting the paradigm to one of self-worth, value, deservedness, and so much more. Today, I'd love to welcome, hello, Donna Ferguson. How are you?
Hi, Charlene. Hi, good to see you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's such a privilege and a pleasure. And I really am a huge fan of your work. And before we get into diving into your story about what your work is, I really, if you're okay, just to share your story, because we really do want to know what your background is and how you got from where you were to where you are now. Because, we want to follow your story.
Yeah, of course. And, I think anyone who's been through domestic violence are the only people who understand where you've come from. So many years ago, I was only 21. I was a little bit adventurous, I guess, as a teenager, and started connecting with people who I was told weren't the right people to connect with. But I was quite stubborn and independent, and I ended up marrying somebody who, within 28 days of the marriage, I woke up in the middle of the night with a closed fist coming towards me. And it was really like I didn't know what had woken me up originally, but to sit up with that start and go through that and actually suffer through that all night for the next 7 hours was quite horrific for me. And I actually, in and out of consciousness, didn't know whether I was going to live or die, and didn't know what to do, because domestic violence wasn't something 40 plus years ago that was even talked about. So I wasn't familiar with it. It wasn't in my upbringing. Like, nobody I knew was going through that. And so it was really tough to be in that position. And it was really even harder to leave. It's one of those things where you only understand the fear around what's been given to you through repetitive language, which is really how we learn the value of who we are, and our belief systems, and what we think and what we feel. And suppressing all those emotions and feelings just makes you, because you're too scared to speak or have any of those feelings and emotions, then you really have to find courage and empower yourself somehow. And the day I did leave, I actually ended up leaving my 5-month-old daughter in the car with him while I went for a job interview, which is quite ironic. I got the job but didn't take it in the end, because I was trying to work out being a single mom and working through that. So for me, that was quite a big step, but I was guided. I didn't even consciously know I was going in the opposite direction. It was very much no thought. It was just, I was just taken. Like I was just taken along the path to go in the opposite direction, jump in a taxi and go and see my mum. And I didn't even have $1 to pay for the taxi back in those days. I mean, they charge more than that for the flag fee, I think, these days. So it was a long time ago. And then, then it was working out what I was going to do, waiting for some sort of contact from him to bring her back to me. But intuitively, I must have known that she was going to be okay because I knew his mum and his sister were around, and they would probably be looking after her. And 36 hours later, she ended up on the front porch at mum's with a bottle of chocolate milk, of all things, at 5 months old. Better than nothing, I guess. And I raced out the front, grabbed the bassinet, and just brought her inside. But that wasn't the empowerment for me. The empowerment for me was after going to counselling, because back in those days, you've got to repair your marriage. You don't just leave. And I did actually say to the counsellor, "Have you ever been married?" And she said no. And I said, "I don't think you have the right to sit there and tell me that I need to stay in a marriage where I'm beaten fiercely more often than I'm not. And I think we're done here." And I stood up and I walked out. And when I got to the bus stop, he was right behind me. And I jumped on the bus and said to the bus driver, "Please do not let this man on the bus behind me because he's going to hurt me." And he shut the door while I was on the bottom step. And that to me was when I felt the power, because what I'd done was taken away his power of putting fear within me. And that's a massive step in anyone's journey of domestic violence. So, it is a big journey, and everybody deals with it differently. And not everybody is ready to leave for whatever reason. So, I think you have to be really ready, and you have to know that you're going to be okay before you can get up and leave.
So most of the people, that's a tremendous story, and thank you for sharing that raw emotion with us. The most of the girls that you work with, are they girls that are still in the situation, or have they escaped?
I work with people who are ready to move forward after they've already gone through all their dealings, because I'm not a counsellor. So I don't have the power to counsel them as such, even though I have modalities that I use in my work to help them heal. But I work with men too. I've got a client at the moment who has come from domestic violence as well. So it's not just women, it's everyone. And I think it's really powerful for men to stand up and say, I've got this story. And so, we've been working together for a year now, almost. And, he's just come so far with the way that he thinks and feels about himself, and opened up more about him. And I think that's a really important step.
Oh, and it's so true. And here at Healing Through Love, we work with both, but we keep them very separate, just so that people aren't triggered. Yeah. So now I understand that you have a unique offering that's a combination of all these amazing modalities, and you've put this together in a 6-week program. Can you tell us a little bit about the boot camp?
Yeah, sure. So the boot camp is like a mini version of my coaching program. And I put it together because I really felt like sometimes people just want to look at a short-term program. They're not up, or they can't predict what they're going to be doing for a year. And so we work through, the process of actually making decisions, knowing the information and the skills that they have, and being able to apply them with productive actions to get them a bit further in their journey than they want. We talk about self-image, which, as we all know, that is one thing that you walk away with not even having, a high self-esteem. So the self-image, and we look at the vibration of what's internal, the beliefs around your self-image, whether that's through conditioning or whether it's through, a domestic violent marriage or relationship. It's the repetitiveness of that. So it's about removing all of those thoughts of lack within yourself. We look at self-sabotage, which is huge and massive as well. We also work on areas of your infinite potential that you have, because most of us only work with the physical being when that is less than 1% of who we are. So we really tap into who are you, what do you want from, what is it that you want? We look at goal setting to a degree of, most people set goals that are so easily put together because they can plan around it. We don't look at that. We look at really opening those up and going, you know what, these are the goals that are going to change your life. And whatever that is, and I don't like saying big or small because it's all energy anyway, and we give it meaning. So for me, it is about, looking at those goals and going, what is it for you? Everybody's an individual. What is it that you want? Write a shopping list. Have fun with that, because I think we don't have enough fun in life. And then we look at how they can magnify their mind through thoughts, language, self-worth, self-love, and bring it all together. So it's kind of 6 weeks and it's in a step form. So it really goes together really well.
Oh, it sounds fascinating. And how frequently do you run these 6 weeks programs, Donna?
I run them about every 2 months, because I think that, and I started doing that this year because I felt like more people wanted help. More people needed to reach out and were reaching out, wanting more help. And so my next one is actually 24th of January.
Oh, fantastic. So really not far away, and perfect timing to follow on for, a New Year's resolution of living the highest, best vision of your life. Can I ask, Donna, if you don't mind sharing the price point? Is there a special price point?
At the moment, up until the 22nd of December, I actually have an offer of 2 for 1. So if you have a friend that wants to come along, you can either get a free ticket and they can pay. So normally it's $1,111 for one person, but that's now 2 for 1. So, if they want to split that cost, that's even better, and, pay it forward.
That's fantastic. I love the concept of paying it forward. It does makes us feel good. Research shows us that. That's great. So you've taken everything that you've learned through your transition and all of these amazing modalities to create your own unique modality that then you now offer as a 12-month program, or for people who want like a quick fix, the people that just want to sort of dive in, put their feet in the water, they can do a 6-week boot camp program. Yes,
absolutely. Yeah. So, and it is about testing the waters and whether or not they want to take that further, and most people want to take it further.
I love it. So that's sort of like the beginning of working with you moving forward for the 12 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love it. Now, Donna, I know that you're going to be running a special summit next year. I know that's off topic a little bit, but yes, and a lot of the women that you've got working there are all heart-centered, soul-driven humans. So could you tell us a little bit about this summit, and why did you decide to move forward with this? Because it's a little left of center to what you're actually offering.
Yeah, I decided to do it because it kept coming up for me this year. International Women's Day. It's time that you did something for that. More specifically for that. And so for me, it was around connecting with that intuitive call that I kept getting to do it. And I do work very intuitively, not only with myself, but with my clients as well. And so I had to start listening to that. And then it was like, all right, how do I want that to look? Worked out a lot of the things around that, the logistics around what that looks like. And then I really wanted it to show up And I set the intention, as you know, Charlene, that I wanted these divine souls to come forward and have diversity, so the viewers weren't going to see the same kind of speakers all day. It needed to, I wanted it to be different, so they get a lot more value for that. And so that's really how it came together.
Oh, I love that, because you've got all these like-minded souls moving forward. Wow, what a transition from where you were to where you are now, and what a shining example you are now. You've got one daughter, is that right? Or have you got other children now?
No, I have one daughter and 8 grandchildren. So
Well, she's been busy.
not her on her own. No, my husband actually has a couple of kids as well.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, wow, she's a goer. I love it. And there's nothing more amazing than being a grandparent, isn't there? You don't know it until you are a grandparent, the special that love is, and how it's different than having your own children. And you can give them back, which I love.
Although it's pretty harsh at the moment, because 5 of those grandchildren are in New Zealand. And so getting there is not an option at the moment. And 3 of them, or 2 of them are in Gladstone, and 1 of them's in Canberra. So it's the Queensland border as well that's kind of not open to us at the moment. So yeah, but there's there's Zoom and FaceTime and all of those other applications that we put into place as well. So.
It's true. And so for families and friends, we've incorporated and embraced this, but also, and I'm sure you found the same thing, Donna, with your business, is transitioning, because I was a one-on-one person, face-to-face, now transitioning in the last 2 years to online and group workshops and group facilitation. Now, the great thing is that we can work depending on the time of the day, just got to say that. We can work with anyone all over the world, and it has opened so many doors, like almost a silver lining for us in business and coaching, to be able to, really embrace this online space. Yeah. And, we both work in frequency, and to know that the frequency can still be delivered online through the camera. Oh. But we didn't, we might have known it before, but we weren't really 100% sure. But now, after several years of this, we certainly have gone, yep, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Still frequency. You don't even have to be on this planet, quite frankly. It still works.
I have to tell you, some aren't.
No, they aren't. But, how beautiful is it that you're in a position to have learnt so much from what you do and be able to absorb all of these different modalities and create your own unique offering, and now be in a position to help. So, wow, bless you. It's fantastic. I'm wondering, if I could ask you, what's your favourite tip for getting people from where they are to where they want to be? Could we dive into your favourite tip?
I use this tip as one of my favorites because I do it every day and I love it. I mean, apart from mirror work, which is so easy for people to do, but they have to believe it. And some of them have to be coached through that as well. So, because they find it really challenging. So what I do is every morning or every day without fail, I write out my list of affirmations, which are kind of my affirmation, calm, future life. So it's almost, they're separately written, but when I put them all together, it is like my life script. It's like my own movie in the future, but now. So what's really easy about this and easy to be able to put into practice starting right now is that I always write, I'm so happy and grateful now that it is, just say, for example, it's the 29th of January, 2022 today, and I write today because it's today, and then I put whatever it is that I'm setting the intention to have on that day. And the other thing is, too, it's really important to put pen to paper because you've got that vibrational energy that is going through you so that you get the level of belief. Like, I know when I first did this, I can hear people going, oh yeah, what's that all about? When I first did it, I didn't believe it. I was just writing. But then things started to come true. I was like, oh, this stuff works. But you've really got to put yourself in that space. Really feel it when you're writing it. What's the emotion? Who's with you? What are you feeling? You know, like if somebody was saying, I'm going to have a jet ski and we're running across the water and the water's crystal blue and, you know, I've got so-and-so with me and, you know, we're laughing, we're having fun and the water's splashing up. So put it in that text so that you are in that space right now.
It is so powerful that to take control of your own programming.
Absolutely.
And make these decisions for the things that we want to manifest into our lives. And as a survivor myself, I know that it was all something you'd see on television or something that would happen to someone else or would be in someone else's story. And it was so far removed from the reality of being in a domestic violence relationship. So, but to know, for those of you who are listening and you are still going through the process, if you're in the thick of it now, or you're just out the other side and your wounds are still bleeding, even metaphorically, then know that this works. You know, Donna's techniques really do make a difference, and she can heal. She has magic modalities.
Magic hands, but it's not actually hands-on anymore. So
it's not.
It's through the screen,
because it all sounds far-fetched when you're in the thick of it, but to know, and we're both living testaments that out the other side is that you can do, have, and share everything your heart desires. And, you know, take the hand of someone who's walked in front of you and trodden that path. Don't try and do it by yourself. You're surrounded by people that really want to make a difference. I love it. Now, so Donna, I understand you've got a very special offer for our listeners today. Can you talk to us about your special offer?
Yeah, so I offer a 30-minute free session with myself, and this will help you gain some clarity and walk away with your next steps. And, you know, that's just you and me one-on-one. We have a phone call. We work out, you know, where you're up to, what's important to you, where you want to be, and you literally can walk away with your next steps, knowing exactly what you want and get some. I've had so many people go, oh my God, I didn't know I felt like that, or I didn't know that was my belief that's been blocking me. And that's just in 30 minutes. Like 30 minutes is no time at all, really. So yeah, it's just like, it's so important to know how to walk away with what you want in mind.
That is so great. Thank you so much for offering that 30 minutes. And I know Rose, who's producing the show, is going to pop those links up so that you can follow the link. And when you consider the time, effort, and energy and the transformation that Donna's been through, for her to be able to offer that 30-minute transformational call, that clarity call, at no cost for our listeners today, that is such a blessing. Thank you so much, Donna, for doing that for us.
Thank you. My pleasure. And, you know, I guess the goal of most of us is to serve as many people as we can. It's not about me, it's about you. And I want to help as many people as I can. And I can only do that by getting the word out there.
I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. So moving forward, you've got this 30-minute call, guys, so that you can actually reach out to Donna and get some clarity. And the boot camp is very exciting. That's going to be starting next month. Oh my gosh, it's not next. As of tomorrow, it'll be next month. We're not getting ahead of ourselves. So, but in about 6 weeks. And or two, actually, it's a little bit longer than that. It's 8 weeks, is it, Donna?
Yeah, I think it's about 8 weeks, 24th of January. So not that far.
And it's and she's managed to get the price point to a point where it's really great for everyone to be able to participate in that. So thank you for that. And that pay it forward offer is brilliant. So I was going to ask you, Donna, like, who is, like, out of all of the people that you've followed in this area, like, who's your favorite person to follow? You know, either a healer or a podcast, or like, who's your favorite? Who do you follow?
Oh, look, there are so many out there at the moment, and you know, if I was to say there's one person that I would follow without question, um, of course, apart from Charlene and Rose.
Nah, you're hilarious, Donna. We love you. Who do you follow out there in the real world?
In the real world, I follow, you know, Bob Proctor. Like, I love his stuff. I listen to some of Joe Dispenza's stuff. I listen to some of Abraham Hicks stuff. You know, they've all helped me to a certain extent, particularly Bob, because I've done some of his work, and you know, it's just so powerful. So, you know, there's just so much that you can benefit, but I think people have to choose who's right for them.
Absolutely. And I think this is, guys, you're getting a distillation of everything that Donna knows and has gone through just on her personal story, but all of these courses and all of these modalities that she's mastered, because she's now put them together into her own unique offering. And you know, if you speak to any of her clients she's had and read her testimonials, you'll see it works. You can have that level of transformation. Donna, as always, it's a privilege and pleasure to spend quality time with you. We've pop the link into the chat so people can reach out and book that with you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Charlene. Lovely to see you again. And Rose too. Thank you for your assistance.
Oh, blessings, Donna. Thank you so much. Thanks, Donna. And Rose is going to jump on now because we're going to do a very quick couple of minute update. Hey, Rose, on what's happening in the Healing Through Love space. Can you share what's happening in Tasmania for the Healing Through Love space?
Yay. We're having a men's retreat next year, hopefully in June. I'm still looking for accommodation, but I've got some facilitators, male facilitators lined up for this. So the men's retreat is for people, or for men who have experienced domestic or family violence or sexual abuse sometime in their life, and it's just a safe space for them to come together, share their stories, and you know, just look at you know, ways that they can move forward. So yeah, it's going to be an awesome weekend. It's yeah, hopefully in June sometime. I'm trying to get up at Cradle Mountain somewhere, but it's a bit hard. So yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. And for those of you who know, I'm in Adelaide and we've got our Pamper Day happening next year. But I really want to shine a light on the collections that we're doing at the moment for those that are doing it tough. Between now and Christmas is one of the toughest times of the year for those who are living daily with domestic violence. And we have an inordinately large number of girls who are escaping that at the moment and moving into arranged housing and women's shelters. So what we're doing through Healing Through Love is we're putting together pamper packs with goodies in beautiful little bags. So if you've got any brand new products or anything that's more in and around personal care items that are all brand new, reach out to Healing Through Love. We've got collection vans picking things up, putting things together, and they're going to the people that need them the most. Because, you know, when we pay it forward, it not only gives us a serotonin hit, it gives everybody a serotonin hit, which is a feel-good drug just for you.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're going to be distributing those through Zara, which is thank you, Zara, for allowing us to do that. So we're looking forward to helping women that are experiencing hard times, and because you know, they've had to leave home unexpectedly. So.
Absolutely, so true, Rose. And thank you for staying with us for another episode of Healing Through Love. And we'd love to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, the Be Live TV application, which if you are live streaming, it is the only app to use. And also My Time TV that streams us all over. These guys are our sponsors. They take care of us on a weekly basis. We love these platforms. They make all of the difference.
Yeah, thank you so much. And have a lovely week, and we'll talk to you again next week with another special guest.
Oh, we'll see you soon. Bye for now.